Welcome back, everyone. We have our first guest. We have Chandra Pitts, the president and CEO of One Village Alliance, and her intern here with us, Gia. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. We're so excited to have you. Yes, well, we're excited to have you.
Yeah, that's it.
We're always excited.
We got a barbecue after this, so.
No, that's right.
How you been?
I've been great. Good morning, Wilmington. I'm really excited to be here. I've been fantastic. It's been an amazing summer already. June, like you all mentioned, has been explosive, and we're ready for July.
That was a great word, explosive.
Explosive.
That's so true. That's
Wow.
so true, but it's positive, right?
Yeah,
and
totally.
we were just so excited to get to this point coming out of the pandemic, and hopefully we're really out of it, and now we have so many things to talk about, but more importantly, we're going to talk about One Village Alliance.
Love it.
So why don't you share with our viewers, what is One Village Alliance?
So again, thank you for the platform. One Village Alliance is a global social justice organization. We actually started as an education agency, but there's so much advocacy and injustice and just work required in the education space just to let kids know and families that they own their own learning experiences, and learning happens well outside of school. And in this case, our mission is to really grow historically marginalized children and their families into their true greatness through education, entrepreneurship, and the arts. And we're going to do that through a journey around the world in the summer, and our work continues year-round.
I remember, was it 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago?
Yeah.
When I first met you at Girls Can Do Anything.
Yes.
Right.
We still have that video.
Right.
Google it.
And that's when I first met Sandra, and I just thought it was, just the title alone. I was like, Girls Can Do Anything. Like, wow. And then the other one, the program that you have for men, Raising Kings.
Yes.
Like, I know you have those two. Are there any? And I want you to talk about those two. Are there any other programs that you have that I don't know about?
So the great thing is our work is with people. The programs are secondary, but those have become some of the largest. So Girls Can Do Anything, that was actually 2012. It's 10 years this year. And it's evolved from a huge conference, which was one of the largest in the region, of really redefining womanhood and what it means to be a girl. But that work is more important today as we look at what's happening with the Supreme Court, with how women's bodies and girls are, what messages we're sending to our young girls. So it's a movement of girl-led activism. So it's not just a conference, it's not just a program. And that has now evolved from not just work that we're doing in 15 schools right here in the Delaware Valley, across the bridge in southern New Jersey, but also 240 schools in West Africa. We've launched Girls Can Do Anything. We've engaged about 7,000 girls in the Girls Can Do Anything conference, and this will be the 8th Girls Can Do Anything conference in Ghana in West Africa through an Obama Foundation grant. So we're excited about our global movement. A movement, not just a movement, but a global movement.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and in 2021, in December, Raising Kings launched in West Africa as well. We had our first conference, over 2,000 students there, young men.
Are you serious?
And we took 15 male Raising Kings ambassadors, men from right here in the Delaware Valley to Ghana.
Wow.
So yeah, we've been doing a couple things since we saw each other.
Get a little busy.
What does it feel like? Like you said, you went from education to where you are now, and in 10 years, that is a lot of ground to cover, and individual lives that you touch.
Absolutely.
What does it feel like for you and your team to know that, like, this is what's needed, and we're doing what we can do to facilitate that and to help out?
It's awesome to be able to impact the lives of children, but I can't express how fulfilling, rewarding, and how impactful in our own lives. Those men who traveled to Ghana, we've taken 19 Girls Can Do Anything ambassadors to West Africa with us. It's impactful, it's life-changing for us. So we always say volunteerism, mentoring, getting involved is the most valuable 40-hour job you'll ever have. And it's only 40 hours a year. So we encourage people to get involved because our children really need it. So when we're raising kings, we're raising the next generation of Dr. King-like leaders. We're raising up the kingly greatness within our boys. And we're changing society's prominent image and expectations and all those negative statistics that we always hear about our black men and boys. These are our sons, our brothers, our fathers, and our grandfathers and our cousins. And they're the men and boys that we love. They're the men and boys who are Delaware. we can't break our society up and leave girls of color behind and leave our Black men and boys behind. It's important that we continue this work and set our children on a trajectory of greatness with a spirit of excellence and paying attention that we are the people who we've been waiting for.
Yes.
I'm a fan. I'm sorry. I'll be all day with this.
I think you put it so perfectly, and you right from the beginning about volunteering and the importance of volunteerism and how it could change your life forever.
Absolutely.
And change your pattern, change your path, and it really does teach you so much. And the fact that you are offering these opportunities, I know that with Gia, she's an intern, and this is day one. Gia told us day one today, which is very exciting. And how about that, Gia? You're on television.
I know, I'm on television.
Is this your first time on television?
Yes, it is.
Well, we're
You
glad
with
to
the right
have
organization, right? And the right people to
Girls power. Girls can do what?
Anything.
Oh my God.
Anything.
It is a mantra around
It
there.
is, it is, and it's real, like I said, so it's not just programs, it's a movement, and it's a movement that's led. Gia, just through our community outreach, I was able to connect with Gia, who's a rising senior at Newman University.
Nice, congrats,
Yes.
congrats.
An aspiring rapper, so it's no accident that she's on set today, and I won't say anything more, but that drum roll for Amelia the Poet, worth it, and it's with great purpose. So just aligning young people, aligning all people, whether it's through volunteerism, our Freedom Fellows who come and work with us through paid work experiences, our interns like Gia really get to come, and even if you are on purpose for your life, you already know your purpose, just to take it to the next level with the power of intention to really make an even greater impact in the lives of youth, but in your own life as well. So I'm excited to have you.
Yes,
Gia.
how ironic that your first day interning, and this so happens to be the show that you want to be a part of. They always say, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and putting yourself in that environment to really network.
Yes.
The beauty of interning, but the beauty of volunteering.
There's so much behind intern about being a volunteer. There's so much. And Chandra, let me go back. I'm fascinated with why. Right? Why people do it. I know you don't do it for a paycheck. I know that.
Right.
Why do you do it? Was it something that happened growing up that, you know, volunteering somewhere?
Yeah.
And I'm asking you this because hopefully it'll inspire someone else who's watching it, and it can inspire another young person to say, you know what, that's what's going on with me right now.
So my why is very clear, and we talked about that this morning. It wasn't my volunteerism, it was who I needed. And I can remember being 19 years old and feeling like my life was in jeopardy. I had a lot of greatness in my life, but I also felt endangered as a young girl. I'm not even existing as a Black girl, woman of color. I'm a first generation Mexican American. Gia is a first generation, her family's from Poland. So one, I needed those volunteers, I needed those mentors, and I didn't have them growing up. I had a strong family, but even with a strong family, mentors and volunteers are just not just for single parent households. I had my mom and my dad, but I needed those people in my village. And so many times I was very conscious that I didn't have anybody to call. I never had a mentor. I never had those people in my life. But then the other thing, the greatness, I did have my family taking us on journeys. I had people telling me that I was beautiful and that I could do anything and that I could be anything I wanted to be. So we need those people. Our kids, no one's ever told them about their beauty, about their greatness. All they're hearing about is violence and devastation. And then who cares about it? You know, one of the things Dr. King said, that the greatest tragedy that history will have to record during our time of transition is not the strident clamor of the bad people, but it's the appalling silence of the good people. The bad is so prevalent and prominent. Oftentimes they don't see us enough. They don't see the greatness, hear the greatness. We had a speaker this morning, spoke in front of all of our interns. Most of that room was young Black boys. Dr. Jalal Hayes, a PhD scientist, a young Black chemist, doing phenomenal and historic work right here in the state of Delaware, is going to be on our team. He's housed at the Freedom Center, but he's going to be on our curriculum team for our entire summer camp. So I want to get into the Freedom Summer and Summer Camp and all the great work we're doing through that program and our journey around the world in the summer this year.
I love it. And while you're on it, the Freedom Center, what is that?
The Freedom Center is an amazing collaborative between UAME, which was founded as the first independent Black church in the nation by freedom fighter Peter Spencer. So this is his legacy, the Freedom Center. It's a project, it's not just a building, but it's an expansive, the only Black owned, and when I say Black owned, I'm talking about the entire block. We own the whole block. So it's UAMA, Peter Spencer, One Village Alliance, the only Black owned cooperative workspace in the state of Delaware, an art center, a space for freedom through the arts, through education, through literacy, through economic development, just an entire community coming together to build an ecosystem of success. A movement. And we own that entire city block, 31 West 31st Street, and that is where for the first time in North Wilmington, right in the vicinity of the Powell Center and the North Wilmington Library, we're going to take 30 youth on full scholarships on a journey around the world in the summer through literature, math, money, and numbers, science, culinary arts, and literature, arts and crafts. It's going to be explosive.
Give them the website real quick. If you're just tuning in, we're here with Chandra Pitts of One Village Alliance, talking about the programs that they're offering there. So that's your camera. Tell them the website.
www.iamthevillage.org. iamthevillage.org, 855-YOUTH-ED. That's 855-YOUTH-ED. We still have 7 full scholarships for a full summer camp right in North Wilmington. And we want to take you on a journey around the world in the summer, all inclusive. We're going to all 7 continents around the world through literature. And
that's, I take it that's what around the world.
Around the
in
world
the
in the summer. Gia and myself are representing. We have an entire staff, 7 Freedom Fellows who are going to be paid for their leadership work. They're going to be teaching throughout the summer. We have a whole staff. We have 4 interns. We have a historic, for the very first time, Gia is going to be leading our global communications team as an intern. Just to focus on spreading the message around the world. But we want to hear your stories of world travel, and we want you to go with us on a journey. We still have several scholarships available. So share the information, and camp starts next week, right after the 4th of July.
So what
we
need more time.
Here in total, I think she needed a half an hour.
Yes, we need more time. But what experience can the youth, I guess, entail if they join the programs? So
this journey is going to be experienced through the lens of social justice. So how is music being used as movement all over the world? How did African culture and music and food impact the world? We're going to go to Europe. We're going to go to Ireland. We're going to go to Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago. So they're going to get a full experience, but they're also going to understand golf. David Ross and his Golf Academy is going to be housed at the Freedom Center all summer. So people are playing golf all over the world, soccer or football all over the world. The languages, the very first thing our children are going to do is fill out a real passport application. And then we're going to have guests and visitors and speakers like you, come in all summer long and engage our young leaders in work ethic and economic development and financial literacy, but also share stories of world travel to see people. So our kids can meet people from their own community, their own neighborhood, their own block, who have traveled to Thailand, to Mexico, to London, and really get these exposure, education, arts, creativity, and ultimately healing.
What happens when a child has exposure to those things, those ideas and those dreams? What happens to a child?
When they're exposed, they get to align with their purpose. There's nothing greater. They get to really realize their own capacity, and more importantly, when they're seeing young people of color from their own neighborhoods, they get to see what's possible, and they get to tap into their power to change the world.
Now, what happens when they're not exposed?
When they're not exposed, they become, our youth they see people who are successful. So they're gonna claw for it and climb for it. So all they see is gun violence, they're gonna pick up that gun. They're gonna be exposed. The only question we have to answer is, what are we gonna put in front of them? Who are we gonna expose them to? What are we gonna let them see and hear, and what's gonna be the soundtrack of their lives?
Oh, I love it.
They're gonna be exposed.
I know, but before we go, I just want to mention Volunteer Day is coming up.
Yes, June 30th.
Yes, so tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
It's tomorrow.
I know, June's over, so it's
Meet
here.
us at 9 a.m.,
So,
31 West 31st Street. It's a volunteer day to really prepare the summer for an amazing journey. A lot of times we have these facilities that are less than, they're dirty. We want to make sure Our facility is immaculate. We're working with some of our key sponsors like the Delaware Division of the Arts and the Home Depot to get our lawnscaping and landscaping done, put new fencing up. We just want to create an environment of excellence that fosters a spirit of excellence. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. But Volunteer Day is every single day. We often talk about, everybody's excited about the championship and everything that's coming up. It's game time. GAME stands for Give, Advocate, Mentor, Educate. You can donate every single day. Right now, go to IamTheVillage.org and click that donate button at the top of the page. You can mentor, advocate, educate, find out what's going on. Go to the very bottom of the page, you'll see our full calendar. And then you could go below that and click Get Involved. And get involved. It's game time, y'all.
I love it.
Together, we are the village. We are who we've been waiting for. And more important, our children are waiting for us. They're waiting for you.
Love it.
That's it.
Yes, thank you so much.
She might have just took us a commercial.
I know. That was perfect. I mean, well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And Gia, thank you again. And good luck with your internship.
You're in great hands.
Yes,
You're in great hands.
Yes, great hands. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Chandra, so much for everything. And good luck.
What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host,
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
Which he said, 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.